Give credit to Georgia Tech, hard-fought game. I thought they did a really good job of just offensively, extending drives. They owned the ball. It was a game with no turnovers, very few penalties. It was really a pretty clean game in that regards. They did a good job of extending drives and obviously making the plays that were necessary there to the end. For our football team, I was proud of how our guys prepared. I thought the mindset and the approach was good. But as we got into the game, it was just the smallest of things. Whether it's discipline in call, discipline in just overall execution. There's things as a coaching staff. For me, it's all things were. I've got to be better and helping put our guys in position to go and make those plays in the moment. You look at just the game in general was a very limited possessions, and so the importance of every snap in that game was monumental. And I think we had seven drives in the game. Offensively, obviously they did a good job there. We scored late, and being able to finish with the ball in their hands and had the opportunity at the last second kick. So, it's for our football team, it's about where our response goes from here. And obviously, we're all hurt. I mean, you come, you work, you want to start off the season a certain way, and we came up short of that tonight. And I think a lot of that Georgia Tech team and the players that they have and the things they've done, and they played well tonight. And for us, it's it'll be a bunch of plays we're going to look back in the course of that game, and if the result of any of them is different, it's probably going to be a different outcome in that game. And we get to take ownership. I take full responsibility of all things that this team does, and I've got to make sure that I'm doing a better job of helping prepare them to go out there and be in position to capitalize on every play. Regardless of how many you get or how many you don't get, we got to obviously make it happen with those opportunities. Offensively, we had to be more explosive. I thought that we had some missed opportunities there. We got to create the explosive play. They did a good job of trying to stack the box, getting safeties down. Definitely gave us some challenges and certain fits in the run game. But at the end of the day, we've got to control us, and we got to make sure that we go out there and play at a high level. And we had some missed tackles defensively that we got to be better. We got to make sure we're setting edges. They do a good job in trying to just break sideline to sideline and force the one-on-ones. And we definitely have capable players to be able to go do that, and so we've got to continue to build upon that. I thought special teams wise, there's some positives of what we saw. I thought Ryan did a great job. Just being able to put points on the board. I think that was a 59-yarder there coming in. At half, which was big, but at the end of the day, this is a team sport, and we've got to take a step as a football team and not let this one game define the outcome of what our season will be. We get to respond, and here in a week from now, you get to play another ACC opponent, and we got to go get better. And it's going to come down to the work and the overall execution of details, of fundamentals, and making that happen here next Monday. So.
All right, first question will be Chris, back middle.
Mike, you and the staff have expressed confidence in the O-line and the D-line, your ability to be physical. Were you disappointed by the way they competed in that sense tonight against the Georgia Tech team that obviously became a great fight?
Well, we knew it was going to be a fight. And as you look defensively, there was that rushing offense was number one rushing offense in the league a year ago, and they returned everybody, and they've got a lot of dynamic players and do things that force you to have to be great on your fits and obviously execute in those moments. And I'm going to say the film. I didn't think it was from a lack of physicality. There's plays here or there where we're on the edge of blocks. We got to be better and tighter in certain situations. We got to make some of those space tackles. And we get the opportunity to do that. Obviously up front, there's there's times that, offensively that, we do have to do a better job of, maintaining leverage. They were fitting, with safeties, inside and outside. They did a good job of changing up their schemes, and we had our chances. And whether it's in the run game, pass game, something we'll be able to go back and evaluate and work to get better at.
All right, next we'll go to Ira, front row on your left.
Coach, it seemed like there were multiple times in the game, like Ryan's field goal right before halftime, a couple other big plays where it seemed like you guys had a chance maybe to take momentum of the game, and then Georgia Tech kind of just took it right back. Do you take any of the accountability for what you guys did, or was that just compliment to them?
No, I mean, it's really, it's both. We're two experienced teams. Obviously they've got a lot of experience returning, within their offense. So when we had a good drive, or we had a good play, I mean, they did, and they came out and did what a good offense should do. Obviously there's a lot of things that we've got to do to be able to throw them off of their rhythm and make them uncomfortable. When we're on offense, there were some third down opportunities that we've got to capitalize on. And like I said, it starts with me and making sure that I'm putting our guys in the best position to be successful. But that's part of this game. And I knew coming into this game, it was a team that was very capable. When you see the group that they were returning, like I said, I got a lot of respect. Their defense coordinator, obviously competed against them last year. We knew that there was going to be some things that they could present that would be challenging, but it just puts that much more emphasis on capitalizing on the opportunities that you get. I mean, I think we had maybe seven, possibly 8 drives in the game. We scored on 4 of them, but we, ultimately you have 2 times we're settling for field goals, and you got to get the ball in the end zone, and obviously they did a good job to get stops in those moments. We had 1 4th down that we were aggressive to get, and came up just short of it. It was a good call, good play by their corner, and getting the stop. And those are all things that are the difference.
All right, next will be Kurt, front row middle.
The difference in the run game from the first drive really to the rest of the game. So that's something GT did defensively that you kind of weren't able to ever get going again, or what do you think changed from kind of so drastically?
Yeah, we had a couple of explosive runs, there in that first drive, and obviously, we were not able to replicate that, as the game went on. They did a good job with some of the adjustments they made, and obviously, for us, there's some of the plays that are just, the smallest of margins that are the difference in big explosive plays, and that's where we get to go to work and have to be better. And so some of that we'll get a chance to watch and see and continue to reevaluate. But I saw it.
All right, next will be Jordan, second row on the right.
For Coach and for Lawrence, it seemed like the play calling was a little bit conservative early when you kind of opened it up, especially on that 4th quarter drive. How did you evaluate DJ's performance both on the field and also commanding the offense with the play calling inside the helmet?
I thought DJ did some good things. I thought it was really a great job there in that 4th quarter drive. Had some 4th down calls, had some tougher situations, and I thought he delivered in that moment. There's a couple drives in the 3rd quarter. There were some opportunities that we're going to be able to grow from, and but at the end of the day, we need more. We have to be more explosive, and that's not just going to one player. It's going to all of us. It's going to myself, obviously our coaches, players, everybody involved, because we got to have that explosive element with a good group. We got explosive players, and so obviously we'll have to continue to work and go get better at that. But just like her, there was DJ did some really good things, but then obviously some things that we are going to need to improve on.
I feel like as an offense, there's some things we need to clean up, but for the most part, we're operating, and it's just things that we can learn from and get better from, basically, and just learn from our experience that we had today.
All right, we'll stay over on the right side, go to Pete.
Mike,
You know, running the quarterback's always been an equalizer in college football. You mentioned the short possessions. It seems like a frustrating game for you to coach because you didn't have maybe as many opportunities. How did Haynes King contribute to that and his ability to keep the chains moving and you can lead the clock to set the game on
Yeah,
rails?
you know, he's a really good quarterback, and you know, obviously that dynamic of his game of being able to run, he's got great speed. You know, there's some times that you know, we were in position, but you know, he did a good job of getting to the edge. We've got to do a better job of setting the edge and keeping him contained. But you know, that was definitely, you know, an X factor in this game, and I thought, you know, he played at a very high level. You know, and being able to extend that, you know, and even on the times where he wasn't necessarily the ball carrier, he still brings a dynamic in home where you have to, you know, it forces you to account for him. And you know, I thought their running back ran hard. You know, we know he's a good player. You know, and that's, you know, but it all starts with that quarterback. And I thought he did a really good job being efficient. You know, and it was, you know, kind of what this game, what it turned into. You know, they were able to extend drives. They were able to keep possession, and you know, they responded well whenever they needed to.
All right, we'll go back to Ira, front row on the left.
LT, did you feel like, I mean, after that first drive, obviously you guys had to be sky high. Did you feel like you guys were close to breaking more plays, or is it just a matter of not having that many
I mean, I feel
opportunities?
like it's just like Coach was saying, it's the little details, man. Like we clean up certain things. Like me as well. I gotta be, you know, more explosive, make the plays that need to be made. But for the most part, it's just cleaning up those little details, and I feel like, you know, we're still in a good spot.
We'll come back to Jordan.
Coach, you went for two, you also went for it on fourth down 3 times. Did you want to be aggressive today, or is that kind of just how the game played out?
You know, you know, that was kind of how it was playing out, and you know, we had to try to take advantage of possessions. And in a game like this, I mean, it's going to come down to a handful of plays. And you know, I mean, I thought, you know, there in the fourth quarter, I was really proud of how our guys were able to extend that drive. You know, it's a lot of really good moments that we're going to be able to build upon. You know, with those opportunities and those fourth down conversions, some big throws, big catches. But you know, we needed to be aggressive with it, and you know, but unfortunately came up short.
All right, we'll go back to Ira.
Ryan, where were you hitting from in pregame, and just take us through the 59-yarder?
In pregame, I hit from about the same distance, 58, 59, going that way. And then just in the course of the game, whenever it came up at the end of half, felt confident, felt prepared. Just really the way we worked in practice and preparation, you know, and it was a great snap, a great hold, and Mason did an unbelievable job today. You know, first game starting as long snapper, did an unbelievable job. And Alex, you know, he's the best holder of college football in my opinion. And you just look at the offensive line, the way they blocked and sacrificing their bodies just for me to get a chance, an opportunity. So just really proud of those guys to be able to go out and execute, you know, one shot, one kill.
All right, follow up for Ira, last one.
Lawrence, this team had so much success last year, and then to start off this way, what have you seen from your teammates just walking off the field and in the locker room? How confident are you guys are going to be able to bounce back from this?
I mean, I know how we work, and I know what the team is about. So I feel like we just gotta, you know, focus on ourselves basically. You know, we just gotta get better, and that's how we're gonna go about our business.
All right, thank y'all.